Day 2 of the OTAs. And I'm wearing the same shirt. I got multiples. What is up, Finn fans? Day 2 of the OTAs. I got a lot of information for you. A lot. Now, they're not allowed to be there. So the reporters are on the field. This is what Barry Jackson said. Today is first of 5 offseason Dolphins practices open to the media, but not the fans, right? So they get 5 where you guys aren't even there. But we're not permitted to say who's at what position, like who the first team left guard right tackle is, for example, or will be extradited to New Zealand. And I don't want Barry Jackson to go to New Zealand. He's my inside source for information. So there's that. Then I also have who wasn't at practice today, or OTAs. It's not even. Do you consider OTAs practice? No Tyreek Hill, no Trill Williams, no Teron Armstead, no Connor Williams, and no Zach Sealer. You want to see my reaction to that? It means nothing. Nothing at all. It's OTAs. Who gives a flip in the flam? Especially because all these guys were at the phase 1, which they didn't need to be, but they were all there. Nick Needham and Brandon Jones, which is nice. When I take my notes, I can just write Jones now because it's just him. Byron's not on the team anymore. Nick Needham and Brandon Jones were there, but they didn't practice. They're still going through their process of coming back from their injuries, but I'm not worried. From what I'm hearing, they will be ready for training camp. Real quick, let me pop this up. It looks horrible. I do apologize for all of this stuff here, but that's Duke Riley wearing the orange jersey today. You see Tua come out, you see Mike White. Duke Riley getting the orange jersey, getting the nod for the orange jerseys. He must have had a good practice yesterday. Good for him. And some people ask, like, what's with the orange jersey? Essentially, the day before, if you had a good practice, if you were a standout, you did really well, all that good stuff. You get the orange jersey, and essentially today's practice, you get to control the music. That's it. It's kind of like a good job. Control the music. Let's see what you're going to play. Type of situation. Mike McDaniel had an interview. I'm going to talk about that after I give you some on the field information, which I'm excited about because there was a few good things. Austin Jackson. Now, I know I've been down on Austin Jackson. A lot of people have been down on Austin Jackson. The man's looking lean. You got Wilson. You got AVG, who's playing middle linebacker a little bit. And you got Austin Jackson. Austin Jackson's looking good. He's looking lean. He's looking tough. He said that he had reconstructive surgery on his ankle. So hopefully it doesn't happen again because it happened twice in a season that he hurt that ankle. But Austin Jackson looking pretty good. He's looking in shape there. From what I'm hearing, the defense was ahead of the offense when it came to on the field play, which kind of sucked to hear. Devon A-Chain, Braxton Berrios, and Cedric Wilson Jr. had impressive days, which is awesome to hear. Mike White. It's second day of OTAs, so anything I tell you that's a bad, don't take it too far and don't blow it out of proportion. But from what I'm hearing, Mike White had a bad day. He threw an interception to Javon Holland, and what I'm hearing from Omar Kelly is that he doesn't have much of a zip on the ball. So take that what you want, but I'm hearing Mike White had a bad day today. Defense communication, rotation, all that stuff was impressive. Forced a lot of sacks and checkdowns. Jalen Phillips had 2 sacks. Emmanuel Ogbah and Roquan Davis had a sack each. But again, OTAs, you didn't have Teron Armstead. You didn't have Connor Williams. You had different guys in different situations. No pads. Take with it what you want, but I do like hearing the defense with their communications and rotations because that's a big Vic Fangio thing is communication. Shifting the defense, especially if they're playing that zone-style defense where you shift. Very, very happy to hear about that. Cam Smith had a beautiful pass breakup. I'm hearing very good things about Cam Smith for the past 2 days. But again, I'll keep reiterating this. It's just OTAs. Jalen Waddle talked with the media. He said he put on some weight. He said, when I run somebody over this season, you will see. Love hearing that. Absolutely love hearing that. He also talked about he had an up and down year last year, and he wants to work on that and get better, which we all know. There were some games he did bad. He had a few drops, and there were some games he did really well. He was catching everything. The fact that he recognized it and he's working on it and he's putting on more mass, very good to hear. Also, Devon Achane's putting on more mass. Like I told you guys, when he talked about his small frame, that he's probably going to put on mass because he was getting ready. He was doing track after football season was done in college. He's already up to like 198. So he put on like almost 10 pounds already. So that's good. That's good. Christian Wilkins talked. He said he's letting his agent do his thing. He said, where's the quote? Where is it, Doug? Where is it? I'm always motivated. No dollar changes my mindset. And he was there. Like I said, this is OTAs. He's showing up, the training, the prep, all that stuff. He's shown up for everything. Getting a new contract hasn't deterred him. Hopefully they can get it done. Like I said, I even made merch for the fact to re-sign him. So I think it says sign the man. If you want to get it, it's linked below. Tua had a nice long touchdown pass to Chosen Anderson. I actually have some video we'll look at of Tua throwing some quick passes. Tua dropped the ball over the defender, boop, and hit a beautiful sideline catch. I think this one was also Chosen Anderson. Tua's on, pretty much. Skylar Thompson, nice outside throw to Braxton Berrios. Thompson had a nice day. And again, it's between Skylar Thompson and Mike White, who's going to be the backup. And if you go off of today, it seems like Skylar has the nod, but Mike White needs to come back into the fold. Navarro Bowman, who was a shining star in Vic Fangio's defense with the 49ers, was there today. He was there today talking and working with the linebackers. Imagine they bring in Navarro Bowman as some type of linebacker coach. That'd be really cool. And then Skylar Thompson overthrows Chosen Anderson for a deep touchdown. Chosen gets behind the defense, and Skylar overthrows him, which I guess it's better to overthrow than underthrow when it comes to practice. I mean, you got the arm to make it. It's just the timing's off, which he hasn't really worked with Chosen. So it's good to hear. Now I'm going to pop up some video that Cameron Wolf got us of Tua Tagovailoa throwing the ball. We're going to break it down pass by pass. We're going to look at it, and then I'm going to slow it down, and we're going to break it down. I'm not doing that. I think that's Braxton. Braxton's wearing 0. Tua does have a different helmet. It's a little bit bigger, and it has vents on the front here. They got 4 quarterbacks, it seems like. Brought in the undrafted FSU quarterback. Yeah, it's just, I'm showing you this not to hype up Tua and not to hype. It's just nice to watch them throwing the football around. It's just nice. That's all. Hope we got all jazzed up seeing that. So now we're going to not listen, but I'm going to tell you some of the things that Mike McDaniel had to say. If you want to listen to the whole presser, it is on the Miami Dolphins YouTube channel. When talking about Austin Jackson, he says he's been awesome. He said he declined to answer if right tackle is an open competition with Wynn and Austin Jackson. I hope that they're not just giving it to Austin Jackson because of where he was drafted. Barry Jackson said at the moment, Liam Eichenberg, Robert Jones, and offseason addition Dan Feeney are options at left guard, and Wynn possibly could emerge as one. So it seems like there's an open competition at left guard, but when talking about right tackle, he really didn't jump too far into talking about that. McDaniel has said it's too soon to judge Eichenberg and Jackson after 1 year in a new system. Both have the opportunity to win starting jobs, and General Manager Chris Greer said last month that his expectation is that Jackson will be the team's starter at right tackle. I hope it's not because he drafted him in the first round. McDaniel said he has no timetable to offer for return of defensive backs Brandon Jones and Nick Needham. Again, that's why they were there, but they weren't really practicing. They are diligent. I feel good about where they're at. I try not to get consumed with when they're going to be ready. Hopefully, hopefully it's not a situation like Brandon Jones where he said this and then all of a sudden it was like, when is he coming back? When is he coming back? Is he coming back? On Tua Tagovailoa, he says, I've seen a guy that has followed through on his word as much as a young man I've come across in my career. You talk about going above and beyond with training and martial arts. We've incorporated it into some of the drills we do with our quarterbacks. And that's the thing, right? We can knock Tua for not staying healthy and staying on the field, but you can't really knock Tua for his work ethic and for wanting to get better. I understand, because I'm even skeptical of if he can stay healthy. But if you can't really like hate on him for his work ethic. He has an incredible work ethic, and he realizes the things he needs to work on, and then he works on them, because you've seen it, right? Last year, 2021, wasn't really pushing the ball down the field for whatever reason. He needs to work on it. 2022, very good at pushing the ball down the field. One of the best in the NFL. You know, when he knows he needs to work on something, he works on it. Let's just hope and pray that he can stay healthy. McDaniel declined to say if cornerback Trill Williams, who missed last season with an ACL injury, has moved to safety, but said a couple of players on defense are working at multiple positions. Obviously, we know about Andrew Van Ginkel working at inside linebacker. That would be actually pretty cool if Trill Williams moved to safety. When you have an edge player that has the ability, talking about AVG, when you have an edge player that has the ability to play off the ball backer, those are the things. Those things are very important. Not to mention the fact position flexibility allows you to have an extra human being at each position on game day, and understand that understanding all the defense is instrumental. The entire defensive staff, though he's at the position, he can handle that. Defensive coordinator reached out to Vic Fangio when he was a free agent, encouraged him to return, which I think is fantastic. McDaniel has regularly attended home heat games. If you guys know, he said, how cool for South Florida sports. He said for the Heat and the Panthers playoff run, they're doing a lot of things people said they couldn't do. We are taking note. Miami, you got the Heat 3-up on Boston. You got the Panthers doing their thing. You gotta get in there. McDaniel said he supports the NFL approval of new rules, making a third quarterback available, provided the two active quarterbacks are injured or ejected, which, imagine a quarterback getting ejected. Hilarious. He also talked about and kind of addressed his shortcomings and the things he needs to work on his rookie year, and essentially pre-snap penalties and all that stuff, and how him and the team need to get better at that. And that's the thing that I like, and that's the thing I'm looking forward to seeing this season, which I'm going to do a whole video on that. I do it every year around, preseason and before the season starts, where my expectations for the team, what I'm looking for, this and that. His first year, he had the offense 6th overall, and that's because the rush was bad. He made a ton of mistakes, not committing to the run in certain situations, delay a game with getting the plays out, his challenges, clock management. He made a ton of mistakes, but he was a rookie head coach and still got the Dolphins into the playoffs. I expect better things. I expect the team to win minimum 10 games. They need to do better than they did last year, because you added more talent, and it's your second year. You should be more, prepared, especially because your quarterback is in the second year and you can trust him more. Well, that's what I got for you for OTAs day 2. Productive day. Again, until training camp happens, they can't give us much. Like I said, they'll give us little things here and there, like the nice passes, the sacks, who's looking good, who's looking bad so far. But until you guys are there, they can't give us play-by-plays. This is from what I'm hearing. So until training camp, there's going to be no play-by-plays, because you guys would be there and see it, so they can inform people like me and all the other unfortunate people who can't make training camp of what's going on the field. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. There is no OTAs tomorrow, but there is OTAs on Thursday. Then they have off Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Then they come back Tuesday and Wednesday, and then they have off on Thursday, and then they finish it up on Friday. And then they start the mandatory minicamp, which is, I think, June 6th. And then they're done, and then training camp. So we're getting close. So no OTAs tomorrow, but I still have a video for you guys tomorrow. But other than that, like usual, stay classy and fins up.